Please state your name, Ms. Brandian.
I'm Brandy. This issue hits me kind of hard on many levels, but as y'all probably know, my mom, May 20th, was up here visiting. I took her upstairs to see Shauna, who she's adored forever. And that evening, she went to bed early because we walked around a lot, and she's 63, so she was kind of tired. And the next morning, I get a knock on my door with her asking me to come help her. I didn't know what was going on. I walked out of my house. My neighbor's sitting outside telling me, "Brandy, your mom says bleeding." Being a medical assistant, she was bleeding so much out of so many places I couldn't stop it. So my first thing to do was call 911. The BRPD officers that responded to my call did not share my skin color. They treated my mom like that was their mom or their grandma. And they even did everything they could to keep me calm. What a lot of y'all probably don't know, talking about domestic violence. When my biological dad found us when she had to relocate here from another city, it was an East Baton Rouge sheriff's officer. Sorry. When my dad was banging on my mom's door on her bedroom window with me and my two brothers, one who is now a combat wounded veteran from Iraq. The sheriff's deputy came in my mom's apartment because my dad was trying to break open to probably finish off what he couldn't when I watched him leave her lifeless in another city a few years before. It was a sheriff's deputy from this parish that came in the house and basically acted like he was family. And in the process of him calling, because of her protective order, they had to inform everybody in the Gurmel. I mean, we had a circus of law enforcement outside the door surrounding our building because my dad was just a lunatic, and he still is. But when they got his rap sheet, it jammed that printer at 8 feet and was still going. It was an East Baton Rouge Parish sheriff's deputy that saved my mom and me and my brother's lives. During Hurricane Angel, me and my mom and my brothers volunteered at the River Center, which was the Centralplex back then. Corporal Betty Smothers, who you all probably have heard about, Warwick Dunn's mom, was leaning against the building, and when I got out the car, I was so small and thinner than I am now. And the wind was blowing so hard, she thought I was gonna fly over the guardrail or whatever. So in the midst of those strong winds, in the rain that was going on, she ran outside our car, picked me up, and ran me inside. She risked her life to save mine. This shirt I'm wearing right now came from an African-American law enforcement officer in Dallas, Brian Warder. Y'all can look him up on Facebook. And I went to Alton's funeral, and I also had to go to Montreal Jackson's because I went to school at Montreal. At Alton Sterling's funeral, I was asked why was I there. I'm not going to say by who. And I was also asked the same thing when I went out to Airline in Goodwood, and also when I went out to the Triple S store. Because I guess some people feel that me not sharing skin tones with him, that I'm not supposed to have feelings about it or support my friends that are black that do have feelings and feel like nobody of my race cares about them. I personally, the area I lived in when I was in K through 12, chose to go to McKinley Middle because I didn't want to go to school with kids that share my skin tone. And the same thing with us from my high. A lot of my classmates from middle school and high school, I'm still friends with today. And like I tweeted on Twitter after Elton's situation, I'm white, his blood was red, but so is mine. He's a human being just like me or anybody else. But respect begins at home. And without the badge and the uniform, you probably don't know who half these people are if they're shopping in the mall, going through Burger King, or in the checkout line at Walmart. And everybody has families, everybody has loved ones, law enforcement, military, everything. But it's just, I mean, with all the tension and division that's going around, and I know it happens on, both sides, because I was even in a situation where a friend of mine was bringing me to Greyhound, where he accidentally, being that I had to take a late bus to get to Tennessee early, at a decent time the next day, I had to take a late bus, so he took a wrong turn. A lot of y'all know I have epileptic seizures that are triggered by vibrations and bright lights, flashing lights. 2 cop cars pulled up behind us, wondering why we kept going. Everybody was asked to get out the vehicle. We all did. They wondering why when they shined a bright flashlight in my face that I started having convulsions, and my friend was like, she has cerebral palsy, you about to throw into a seizure. Which probably would have ended me up in Our Lady Lake instead on the Greyhound bus an hour later. So I've seen it on both sides, but I mean, my heart goes out to Elton and his family. My heart also goes out to the police officers that their family members are no longer here. But like I told a few people, I mean, if Montreal didn't have respect for people, he could have ignored the call. And, he lived in another city. He didn't even live in Baton Rouge. But he chose to come to work here every day because he was dedicated to protecting and serving his community.